Ciryl Gane vs. Tom Aspinall is going down this weekend for the heavyweight title, and I'm predicting every single fight on the main card. But before I get into all the predictions here, let me just tell you my main event prediction in the best way possible. I'm going to switch up the breakdown a little bit. Check it out. Here it is. Alright. Yo. Ciryl Gane vs. Tom Aspinall. Tom's gonna tap him, y'all. One tap, he'll fall. Cause Ciryl Gane's wearing a dress like he's at the ball. But he's actually bald. Tom's gonna crack his skull. That's my fucking prediction. Let me know if I should drop a MMA rap album. Let me know. Alright, let's get straight into this shit. We got Alexander Rakic versus Azamat Murzakanov. What the fuck? All that rapping, hold on. Let me try that again. We got Alexander Rakic versus Azamat Murzakanov. Let's just call him Murzakanov. I know who I'm picking, and it's not Alexander Rakic. Alexander Rakic, all he does is circle outside, circles to the left, circles to the right, and he spams leg kicks, right? But he's also good at throwing head kicks. All he does is throw kicks, one shot at a time. He throws a leg kick. He throws a head kick. He throws a leg kick. He throws a head kick. And if he ever does punch, which is rare, he throws one punch at a time. Nothing else behind his punches, right? He doesn't throw 2 to 3 punches at a time. Only that right hand. He'll just throw that right hand out there. He won't even throw a kick behind it. Like, what the fuck? Against Yuri, he held his own for 2 rounds. But that was it. He couldn't knock Yuri out because he wouldn't throw a follow-up strike. Just a leg kick. Just a head kick. And then a right hand every so often. No combinations whatsoever. Let's talk about Murzakanov. He is 15-0, I think. When I first saw Murzakanov, I thought he was like a short heavyweight. He kind of looks like a blob. He's kind of like the light heavyweight DC. Well, DC was a light heavyweight, but you know, he finished his career at heavyweight. And he started his career at heavyweight. He's a short guy, but he's faster than everyone in his weight. Murzakanov is short as hell. But he's a southpaw. And his left hand is a piston. It's a piston. Like, he's so fucking fast. He can touch the taller opponents. He really can. And much like Tom Aspinall, this guy is putting people out in round 1. And sometimes they can make it to round 2. This guy's putting people out early. He's like Tom Aspinall. And not only that, this guy can also wrestle. I think this guy started out as a wrestler. So he can out-wrestle you, but he is a striker. All he does is land that fast 1-2 down the middle. It's been landing on everybody. They go flying. This short fighter right here, Murzakanov, the light heavyweight DC, is going to knock out Alexander Rakic round 2. He's going to drop him on his ass, and he's going to follow up with 2 ground and pound shots, and the fight will be over. He won't even need to out-wrestle Rakic. He could, but he's going to go with the knockout, and he's going to land that left hand. That left hand is fucking dangerous. So the light heavyweights need to look out. I thought Min Jiang, what's his name? Min Jiang or whatever, was going to be the light heavyweight prospect. No, it's actually this guy, Murzakanov. 15-0. And he'll be 16-0 after Saturday. Just watch. Moving on to the next fight. What are we looking at here? Here it is. Alexander Volkov, the heavyweight Paddy Pimblett, versus Jailton Almeida. Man, this is the toughest fight for me to predict on this card. This is the toughest fight. Because these are definitely the B tier level heavyweights, right? They're definitely the B tier. The A tier, we got Aspinall, and that's really it. And Francis Ngannou, but he's not in the UFC. Then the B tier, we got Gane, we got Volkov, we got Almeida. There might be one more. No, I think that's the B tier. Spivak, but no, he lost to all of them guys. So yeah, these are the B tier heavyweights. But obviously the heavyweight Paddy Pimblett, Volkov, he has way more experience. And he's fought higher level guys than Jailton Almeida. Volkov's been in so many fights. He fought Derek Lewis, which is one of his few losses though. This guy beat Gane. He beat Gane in a close fight. You know, we all know why Gane got the fucking title shot. Because the judges gave him the victory over Volkov, which I don't agree with, but it was a close fight. Volkov really impressed me though. This was his highlight win. 2 fights ago when he beat the other Russian, his former training partner. He beat dude up. Now, that's the name I forgot to add to the heavyweight B tier. Oh my God, Sergey Pavlovich. Sergey. I would put him in the B tier of heavyweights as well. Volkov beat him. That was a weird fight. They were best friends or something, then the UFC made them hate each other. They fought. Volkov outstruck him. And Sergey Pavlovich is no joke. He's the guy Tom Aspinall beat to get the heavyweight title. I know it was the interim title, but we all know that was the real title. If Volkov can beat Sergey Pavlovich, if he can beat all these good guys, let me pull up his last few recent wins. I consider the Gane fight a win. Everyone does. He beat Gane, Sergey Pavlovich, Rosenstrike, Tai Tuivasa. Everyone's beating him, so we can chill out on that win. I don't need to freak out about that. This guy's good. This guy's good. Now, he does get taken down easily, but he knows how to use his range now better than he used to. He sticks out that jab. Those front teeps to the body are nasty. Because this guy's got such a long reach. When he uses his reach, he has success. He's got straight punches. Like I said, that teep to the body is nasty. He does have head kicks, body kicks. But I would say Jailton Almeida is the faster, more explosive fighter. And the more athletic fighter in this fight. Jailton Almeida is a grappler. And he started out as a very boring grappler. Like, this guy was fucking boring. When he fought Derek Lewis, we were all snoring. When Volkov fought Derek Lewis, they got fight of the night. But something happened after Jailton Almeida lost to Curtis Blades. He kept taking down Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades TKO'd him in an impressive fight. But after that fight, I think he's on a 2-fight knockout streak, right? He knocked out some bum, and then he just knocked out Sergey Spivak, which is no joke. Sergey Spivak is like C+ tier of the heavyweight division. Jailton Almeida is the better grappler. Now, he does make some mistakes on the ground, right? Sometimes he'll get a back take, he'll slide off the back. But if he gets full mount, if he gets a pin, he's usually good at holding the heavyweights down. He's got takedowns, but his fight IQ isn't like outstanding. Volkov is the smarter fighter here. But Jailton Almeida is more dangerous. Because in that last win against Spivak, once they both got up, Jailton Almeida landed a right hand from hell. It just came out of nowhere. Just a right hand from hell. I rewatched it and replayed it. I still can't see that right hand coming. And that's what concerns me about this fight. He dropped Sergey Spivak so quick. And he followed up with so many punches against the fence and finished him so brutally. I don't know who to pick. This is a tough one. Fuck. Now, Jailton Almeida is undersized in this fight. He's outsized here. I think he used to be at a lower weight class and moved up. This is a tough one. Volkov's the smarter fighter. He's the more cerebral fighter. But he's not as dangerous on the ground. And he's not as explosive with the knockout power. He doesn't have the knockout power. But Jailton Almeida does. And he's the better grappler overall, but he makes mistakes. Fuck, man. If there's a finish, I'm going to give it to Jailton Almeida. But overall, If I'm putting my money on it and I just have to pick a winner, I'm going with the heavyweight Paddy Pimblett. Now, he's going to get taken down in this fight, which concerns me. But when he gets back up, he's good at avoiding, hard power punches. Like against Derrick Lewis, he avoided all the hard power punches till the last 20 seconds. He's better at using his reach now. You got to say that. And he is okay on the ground. Fuck, man. This is the toughest fight to predict. Tell me I'm wrong. But Jailton Almeida, he hasn't beat that many good guys yet. Is he going to just take down Alexander Volkov? Just like Tom Aspinall did? Maybe he will. Motherfucker. I could so see Jailton Almeida taking down Alexander Volkov and really doing some work on the ground. Looking for submissions. I could see him edging it out with the takedowns. He's so dominant on the ground compared to Volkov. Volkov was going tit for tat on the ground with Ciryl Gane. But I gotta say Volkov's gonna do it. The heavyweight Paddy Pimblett's got it. I think he can get up off the ground. I think he's good enough to survive the submissions on the ground. I think he's gonna get up, work his way back to the feet, and start landing punches on Jailton Almeida like he was landing punches on Sergey Pavlovich. If you can hang in there and trade with Sergey Pavlovich, who also has takedowns as well, you could definitely hang in there with Jailton Almeida. I'm not doing MMA math, but come on. Sergey Pavlovich, he is the next tier. He's right below Tom Aspinall. He's in the same bracket as these guys. And Volkov looked phenomenal in that fight. He bloodied up Sergey Pavlovich's face. I don't know how Jailton Almeida would do against Pavlovich. I don't. I do think these are the next best guys at heavyweight. I think it'd be more fun for the weight class if Jailton Almeida won. It would. He's more of a finisher. And he's a new opponent for Aspinall. He's never fought for the title yet. But I got to go with the heavyweight Paddy Pimblett. Volkov by decision. He's going to use his smarts, his long-range weapons, and he's just crafty enough on the ground to survive. I mean, Curtis Blades beat Jailton Almeida. I know Almeida's getting better, but come on. Blades beat Almeida. If Blades can beat him, why can't the heavyweight Paddy Pimblett, Alexander Volkov? Let's go Volkov. All right. Now we're at the featured fight. Now, I know I was talking shit about this fight card and all that stuff. And it doesn't look that bad so far. I mean, we got a fight for the hardcore so far. Alexander Rakic versus Murzakanov. Oh, and while the Walter Walker fight's here, we all know I'm going with Walker by heel hook. So I don't even need to break that fight down. But yeah, Rakic versus Murzakanov, that's for the hardcores. Volkov versus Almeida. There's nothing to rave about. The featured fight's pretty good though. Umar is top tier in his division. He's the only guy in bantamweight right now in the top 5 that even has a puncher's chance of beating Merab. I know Petr Yan has a chance. And I know we haven't seen Petr Yan versus Umar yet. I don't know who would win that fight. I think Petr Yan's better than Umar. But style-wise, Umar is the only guy that presents problems for the champ Merab. It's all about style versus style. And Umar has a style that can, counteract everything Merab does. If he gets that cardio in check. But he doesn't have to worry about cardio here. This is a 3-rounder. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Bautista. Let's start with Mario Bautista. Mario Bautista put on a hell of a fight against Patchy Mix, alright? I rewatched it, and it's not as exciting as it was when I watched it live. Because all Mario Bautista did was land the 1-2, right? But live, man, I was freaking out. I was the only YouTuber that picked Mario Bautista to win, and he was slapping up Patchy Mix, a hype job from Bellator. It was hilarious. I was like, what the fuck's Apache mix? But all Mario Bautista did was land the 1-2. It reminded me of that fight of Nate Diaz versus Michael Johnson. That's how that fight looked to me. But Diaz versus Johnson was more entertaining because Diaz was pointing at him, flipping him off. Mario Bautista did the same thing. He won a 3-round fight, a decision, by using one weapon, a 1-2. I'm talking, he went jab, cross. But most of the time it was to the body. He'd go jab, cross to the body. Or jab to the head, cross to the body. Or, well, he was unorthodox. Or he would just throw that right hand straight to the body. And then he would throw the occasional roundhouse kick to the body. That's it. So this was the whole fight. Jab, cross to the body. Jab up top. 2 down low. So rewatching it's not the most entertaining, but he did his thing. And against Aldo, he stuck to one game plan as well, but a polar opposite game plan. The hold him against the fence game plan. So Mario Bautista's good, but he's only good if he's tactical, right? He can hold you against the fence and win, but he can't mix in the strikes in the clinch to really seal the deal. He can beat you by striking you from the outside to win, but he's not mixing in takedowns and he's not putting you against the fence when he's winning the striking just to mix it up. Now, I know he's not going to mix it up against Patchy Mix, pun intended, because Patchy Mix apparently guillotines Merab in the gym. He choked out Merab before in a training session. So I understand why Bautista never took down Mix. But can Bautista mix it up as good as Umar? Because against Aldo, all Bautista did was wall work. And against Patchy Mix, all Bautista did was strike from the outside with the 1-2. I've never seen him blend the arts. He's either a point fighter from the outside, and he's using footwork and he's being smart, or he's kind of a grimy fighter who holds you against the fence and wants to make it ugly. Where is the blend? Where is the in-between? Where is the 1-2? Let me shoot now. You know? I don't know if he's mixing the martial arts. But Umar, even in his last fight that he lost, he mixed the martial arts. When you talk about Umar, you got to talk about that lead leg kick. Or the lead leg in general. He throws side kicks with that leg. He throws head kicks with the lead leg. I mean, he's always throwing a head kick effortlessly with that lead leg. He's barely even like trying when he throws that lead leg kick. The dexterity. I think that's the word. The dexterity he has with that kick is crazy. He could even be like face to face with you. Like you guys could be having a face off and he can land that head kick. Most people need space to land a head kick. So even from in close, he's landing head kicks with the lead leg. He can keep the range really well. I think he's got a longer reach than Patchy Mix. I know I got the numbers here. I wasn't even showing their faces. I know I got the numbers here, but I'm just going off the memory. I know Umar has a longer reach than Patchy Mix. He's got better kicks. Like I said, he uses that lead leg like crazy. I haven't seen anyone use their lead leg so much since Wonder Boy. Umar's 1-2 straight punches down the middle work. In the clinch, he can go rapid fire with the hooks. He does have flying knees. And he's really good at landing those takedowns at the end of the round. Unless it's Merab. But Umar took down Merab in round 1 and 2. He's good at getting your back like a body lock, spinning around to your back and tripping you. Tripping your foot. That's what he did to Merab. Sometimes he shoots in on those single legs. He can get them. Did it against Corey Sandhagen. No real control, but he shot takedowns on Sandhagen. Umar's good though. He's fast. He's got speed. He's got the reach. He gets his takedowns when it matters. He's never shooting a takedown because he knows he's just going to mount you and smash like Khabib. He's never done that. But his takedowns are for the judges. You know? They're for the judges. But Merab is the king of shooting takedowns and mocking you and making it look bad so you look horrible in front of the judges, you know? But Umar's the second best at doing that. He's really good at convincing the judges he won the fight with his takedowns, like he did against Sandhagen. But the striking is really where he thrives, and it's going to be a striking fight. Mario Bautista does not play into his opponent's strengths. Now, I know striking is Umar's strength, but Umar is still a Nurmagomedov who trains with Khabib. Mario Bautista is not going to have the Jose Aldo game plan against Umar Nurmagomedov. He's not. There's no way. Mario Bautista has to mix it up. But in what fights has he mixed it up? Umar can mix it up better. It's going to be interesting to see the Mario Bautista game plan. I would say he has to act like Super Mario. He needs to blitz in and charge Umar with that Super Mario jump, you know? With that fucking, you know, in the Mario games with that uppercut? When he uppercuts the cinder block and he gets a power-up mushroom, that's what Mario Bautista needs to do. He needs to be Super Mario. He's not going to win a outside range battle with Umar. He is not going to win a takedown battle with Umar. He's not going to win by pushing Umar against the fence. Like Umar can't spin out. He needs to do some crazy shit. That's how you beat these guys. You got to pressure them and knock them the fuck out. Only Merab can beat them at what they're good at. But if you're not Merab, you need to pressure them and knock them the fuck out. Islam Makhachev's only loss. He got knocked out by a nobody. An explosive overhand. Out of nowhere. Alex Pereira backed up Magomed. Made him scared for his life. Showed no mercy. Didn't even care about the takedown threat. Backed him up. Overhand right. You need to back up Umar, Super Mario. And you need to find some explosive fucking strikes. You really do. You better do your sprints. You better do all your explosive strength and conditioning for this camp. I hope you did. Or else you have no chance. I'm picking Umar. I got Umar winning a decision. 30-27. Umar's going to win every round. Unless Mario Bautista literally turns into Super Mario. But I don't think that's going to happen. Umar Nurmagomedov, guys. What's next? We got... Oh, fuck. Fuck. This is the co-main event? Do the fans really deserve this as a co-main event? Tell me. It's not fair. It's not fair. We don't want this shit. Trust me, we don't want this shit. Verna Trandiroba versus Mackenzie Dern. I mean, we just had to watch Manon Fiorot. Now we have to watch Trandiroba. I mean, come on. Come on. Can we catch a break? Can we catch a break here? Apparently, this is the women's division. This is the co-main event? Or does the UFC, or does ESPN, have their fights in the wrong order? I'm dumbfounded. This is not the co-main event. I'm going to be salty Joe Pyfer right now. And I'm not going to break down this fight. I refuse. There's a title? This is for a title? I'm sorry. Why do we have this division in the UFC? Seriously. This is strawweight. What a perfect name for the weight class. Because the UFC is literally grasping at straws with this fucking weight division. They're literally, I don't know what they're doing. They don't need this. Why do they feel like we need this weight division? It looks like the UFC is desperate by having this weight division, but they don't need it. It just looks bad for the UFC. It looks like they're grasping at straws to have a strawweight division. This doesn't draw excitement, though. This doesn't draw buzz. There's a couple people that think Mackenzie Dern is hot. I mean, that's the only thing to break out in this fight. What are you guys seeing by saying Mackenzie Dern is hot? That should be the breakdown. We should break down the cornea of everyone who's saying that about Mackenzie Dern. We should study their retina. We should call an eye doctor in and break it all down. That's what we should do. But for the UFC, I'm sure they want Mackenzie Dern to win. I mean, Trandiroba is not going to draw eyeballs. Even the people with fucked up eyes will still admit Trandiroba. This is the female division? Is this the female division? Hopefully the commentators, have a Joe Rogan moment. Remember when Joe Rogan said it was UFC 313 and Amanda Lemos was walking in and Rogan was like, "This is a talented young man." It slipped. Hopefully the commentators let the cat out of the bag and have a slip-up moment like Joe Rogan did about Trandiroba. I'm going Mackenzie Dern. By who cares? Mackenzie Dern by who cares? All right. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Let's go. Let's go. That duck is gone. This is the big party for Tom Aspinall. It should be John Jones right here. But this is John Jones' sloppy seconds. This is a guy who lost to Francis. No shame in losing to Francis, but Ciryl Gane is a magnet to UFC title shots. Let me tell you. This guy is a cheat code for title shots. He's a glitch in the game. It's like the game glitched and Ciryl Gane just keeps getting a title shot over and over. You can't put anyone else new in there, It's amazing. I think Ciryl Gane's fought for as many titles as Aspinall. Wow, that's fucking nuts. But Tom Aspinall's getting way better. He's the better grappler in this fight. Ciryl Gane sucks at grappling. Hasn't had a submission in 7 years. He was struggling on the ground against Alexander Volkov. He was going for half-ass submissions the whole time. Tom Aspinall smoked Alexander Volkov, took him down, tapped him out in like a round. Tom Aspinall is way faster on the feet. But let's not get too excited here. Let's not get too excited. This fight is definitely going to be closer than John Jones versus Ciryl Gane. I hate to say it. And let me tell you why. Hold on, let me tell you why. That was a fake bullshit fight, John Jones versus Ciryl Gane. The UFC just knew this matchup might happen one day. John Jones' biggest nightmare, Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. I'm sure they knew the matchup would happen. And they threw Ciryl Gane a couple big bucks to just give up against John Jones. Watch that fight. Even Daniel Cormier was like, "What? The fight's done? What? What did he tap to? What was that?" Like, DC was still commentating while the fight was over. Because no one knew the fight was over. Like, who taps from that? Embarrassing. So, it's impossible to have a better performance than John Jones against Ciryl Gane because that was a fake bullshit fight. This is the fakest fight I've ever seen, actually. How can anyone even re-watch that bullshit fight? If I'm Ciryl Gane, I'm trying to last as long as I can in this fight. Because as each round goes on, you never know. You never know what could happen to Aspinall as the rounds go on. That is the only single advantage Gane has over Aspinall in this fight. Is he's been to the later rounds with Francis, right? I mean, he was getting dominated, but at least he's been to those rounds. But there's no shame in not going to those rounds if you're Aspinall. Because you knocked everyone out right away. I mean, he smoked Alexander Volkov on the ground. He knocked out everybody. Sergey Pavlovich in a round. He knocked out Curtis Blades in a round. If he's not connecting right away, he's going to mix it up and get a body lock and throw Ciryl Gane on his head. I'm telling you, Tom Aspinall can easily dump Ciryl Gane on his fucking head. He might just concuss him. Honestly, Tom Aspinall might just concuss Ciryl Gane by suplexing him on his head. We might just get a knockout. Ciryl Gane's skull bashes against the canvas because Gane has no wrestling at all. The only thing he has to offer on the floor is half-ass submission attempts. So Tom Aspinall's going to run in there, blitz Ciryl Gane. He might land, but if he doesn't, he's going to get that body lock, throw Ciryl Gane to the ground like a bitch. And Ciryl Gane wants to be a bitch because, he was wearing a blouse in the France fight night. Tom Aspinall, it's time to eat, and the cereal will be gone. If you like my predictions, if you like the breakdowns, if you fuck with this video, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. And let me know about that MMA album. Peace.